of inequalities, we're really just drawing graphs. We will graph each of these individually, and then do you remember shading? And we're going to look at the overlap of the shading when we graph these. So the first one, x plus y is less than or equal to 2. What do I need to do to that before I graph it? What's that the equation of? It's a line. So what can I do to graph that line? So if we put this in y equals mx plus b form, so you subtract over your x. Okay, so then the y-intercept is 2. Slope is -1, down 1 over 1. How do you know if you need a solid or a dashed line?
It's equal to.
Okay, equal to means solid line. I'm not very good at drawing straight lines, so I need more points. What else do I need to put on here? What does it mean? Right, we have to figure out where to shade. So to do that, I think Ms. Keller usually taught you to pick a point, something not on the line. So 0, 0 was a favorite point unless it fell on the line itself and you had to do something different. If I put 0, 0 in here, does it matter where I put it in? Let's just do this one right here. So I get 0 is less than or equal to 0 plus 2. So is 0 less than or equal to 2? Yes, so 0, 0 works. Don't shade this too dark. It's not your final answer yet. But since 0, 0 works, I'm shading the side of the line that includes 0, 0. Then we do our second one. So if I solve for y, so this line has a y-intercept of 4, slope -2, so that's down 2 over 1. Solid or dashed line? Solid again, because I'm equal to. Okay, 0, 0 isn't on that line, so we can use it for the test point. We get 0 is greater than or equal to 0 plus 4 is 4. So is 0 greater than 4? So that's false. So this time 0, 0 didn't work, so we shade the other side. Now, is this mess my final answer? No. What is my answer? Where they overlap. So I need to make sure that's very clear. It's this little section down here where the two overlap. So you need to darken that part in. I've got some people that like to go back and erase all of their extra shading. That's fine. You don't have to, as long as I can tell what your darkest part is. Some people like to highlight it or something like that. Whatever helps you, or just color it in really dark. That is my actual solution. So that means any point in that green area there makes both of the original inequalities true. Questions on that one? Try a sec. Let's do this one. that first one a line? No. What is it? It's a circle. Good. Impressive. What would we do if we didn't know how to graph it? If you didn't recognize that that was a circle, or maybe you do, but you still don't really know how to graph a circle, what could you do? You can try your calculator. You have to get it to be y equals to put it in the calculator, which we can do. You'll just end up having a plus and a minus, so you'll have two equations. Could we pick some points to plug in too? Yeah. If I put in, let's say, if I made my x 0. My board isn't working. I got here today, my slate didn't work, my board didn't work. I was writing on the dry erase board for the first few hours. Okay, so if my x is 0, then I would have 0 plus y squared is greater than 9. Let's just solve equal to for a minute, because we're just trying to graph this thing. We'll do the shading in a minute. What would you do here? And with the square root you do? So you actually got two values. X equals 0 and y is positive 3. X equals 0 and y is negative 3. Is that enough points to graph it? What's another easy one we could do? Yeah. So then I get x squared equals 9. So square root plus and minus x equals plus and minus 3. So I have 3, 0. Negative 3, 0. Is that enough to get my graph? Yeah. Solid or dashed? Dashed, because there's no equal to. So most of these graphs are going to be things you're familiar with. But if I threw in a weird one, you could still get it. What do I need to do now? Get my shading. So we do a test point, 0, 0. If I put that in, I get 0 is greater than 9. True or false? False. So 0, 0 did not work. So I can't shade where 0, 0 is located. So I can't shade inside. That means we're shading everything outside this circle. Okay. The second one.
So you did y equals 0 to find x, because if it was in an ordered pair, it would be 0, right?
Yeah, your x is this and then the y is 0. Other questions? Let's do the second one. So this one is a line, isn't it? So we can solve for y. So this one has a y-intercept of 3, slope negative 1. Solid or dash? Solid, because it was equal to. Okay. Then pick a test point. Can we do 0, 0? Yeah, it's not on the line. So if I put that in, I get 0 is less than or equal to 3. True or false? True. So 0, 0 works. So everything below this line works. So what's my overlap? Outside the circle and below the line. You guys ready to try that? Here's the one I'd like for you to do. So y-intercept -3, slope 1/2, up 1/2, solid or dashed?
Dashed.
Okay, then we have to decide if we shade above or below. You can pick your test point. You also have the option, if it is an inequality like this, if it's just a line, you could actually say, as long as the y is on the left, greater than is above the line, less than is below the line. So greater than, it should be everything above my line. If you check 0, 0 and plug that in, you get 0 is greater than -3, which is true, so you're shading where 0, 0 is. So we're shading up here. If you didn't flip your inequality, you ended up shading the wrong side of that line. Let me ask you a question. If you did both of them and they didn't overlap, so you had your shading but nothing overlapped, what would that mean?
Solution.
Good. So second one, if I subtract my 2x, divide by -4, which will again flip that inequality. Okay, y is less than 1/2 x. So that's y-intercept is 0, slope 1/2, another dashed line. This time it is less than, which means below, or if you put in your test point 0, 0. Does 0, 0 work this time? No, because it's on the line, so you would have to pick a different one to test, or recognize that less than means below. So if I do that, what's my overlap?
In between the two.
Everything in between those two lines. And like I said, if you didn't flip, you ended up with no solution. Is that one alright? I'd like to do maybe one last problem and then be done, if that works. Give you guys some time to work on your homework. I think I'm gonna add something to this though. I wanna add a third one. Okay. First one. Y is greater than x squared minus 4. What's that the graph of? Parabola. What does the -4 do to your parabola?
Down.
Down. Yeah, so it would start here and go down. Or 1, 1 would be on your graph, but go down. You can always make a table if you need to. I just asked for a minimum of 3 exact points, you know that. Solid or dashed?
Dashed.
Okay, trying to decide where to shade. If I plug in 0, 0. I get 0 is greater than -4. True or false? So 0, 0 works. That means we're shading inside this parabola. Okay, next. The next piece is a line. Y-intercept -2, slope 1, up 1/1, solid or dashed? Solid. If you try to test point 0, 0, you get 0 is less than or equal to -2. True or false? So 0, 0 doesn't work, so you're shading below. So what's the overlap right now?
Just a little U.
Yeah. We've got this little section so far. But I have another one. I can give you as many as I want. You just have to find where they all overlap. What does this mean? -1 is less than or equal to x is less than 1.
It's between different.
Right, it's between two. So if I said x equals 1, what kind of line is that? Vertical line. So it's between x equals -1 and x equals +1. So it's in between two vertical lines, -1 and +1. At -1, would it be solid or dashed? At +1, solid or dashed?
Dash.
So that shades everything in that region. So that's just that little portion of the parabola under my green line and in between those two lines. Any questions there? Do we need more examples?
Is it not anything where two of them overlap, it has to be all three
Yes.
overlap?
Anything else? So I just want to give you the rest of time to work and ask for help if you need it.